So today I want to talk about how your personality was formed. I want to talk about the imprint period, ages from 0 to 5 or 7, and this is really where the bulk of your personality was created. About 80% of your personality was created from the ages of 0 to 5 or 7. And Piaget studied this. His job was to study kids and see like what they could and what they couldn't do at different stages of their life. So at the very first stage, there's no object permanence. You have an object, you hold it behind your back, the kid thinks it disappears. A little bit older, they know, oh, objects don't disappear, it's just they have object permanence. And these stages really go up to the ages of 21. Like your brain doesn't fully develop until around 21 or a bit older. And with these highest stages comes the highest executive functioning, like critical thinking, planning, and decision making, all really don't fully develop until you're 21 years old. And if we think about this 20% of your personality that's not first created in the first 7 years of your life, think about how much the other 20% is foundationally based on the first 80% that was developed in the first years of your life. So when you really think about it, your last 20% of your personality is still based off the first 80%. So the reality is that the first 80% is really impacting even more than 80%, maybe about 90% total of your personality, because it's the foundation of the last 20% that your personality is based off. And during this imprint period, the first 7 years of your life, this is really where your beliefs and your values are molded into you. This is really where you develop the beliefs and values and the systems that you have for seeing the world. Now, as a young kid, you'll ask a lot of questions, but you won't question the answers that you get. You're kind of like plug and play. Even the critical thinking, that decision making that you develop at at an older age is not developed at the younger age. So you won't question the answers that you get. You literally can't because you don't have that ability in your brain yet. So you're really taking in all the information that you hear as fact. Now let's think about who are the main people influencing us during this period of 0 to 7, this imprint period. And you think about it, it's mainly your parents. The thing is, do parents usually take any classes or trainings on how to be a parent before they become a parent? And the answer, really, if you think about it, is no. Parents are not taking classes and really putting a lot of effort into educating themselves into becoming a parent. They really just learn as they go. And this could really maybe benefit a younger sibling, because parents would have the older sibling and they'd have time to practice and they have experience and they learn a lot more by the time the younger sibling comes along. But still, it's really an odd thing that you're being influenced by your parents a strong amount when you are 0 to 7. And if you're one of the first kids, your parents probably most likely did not take any training or learn any skills or take classes about the knowledge you need to have when becoming a parent. When your parents were raised, they probably enjoyed how their parents raised them for the most part, most likely. But they probably had like 5 or 6 things that they didn't enjoy the way their parents raised them. So they'll raise you as their kid the same way, but just change like the 5 or 6 things they didn't like that their parents raised them. And who is the other big influence on kids other than parents? The big influence is teachers. Teachers have a major influence on kids, man. They're spending about 40 hours a week with the kids at school. And then you're going to be spending 40 hours a week times 7 just in elementary school, depending on where you live. And that's a lot of time being influenced by teachers. And these teachers are imprinting their own belief systems, their own values into you. And as the parent, this might not align with what you want your kids to believe. Like, obviously, your parents and your teachers are going to have different values and be imprinting you with different belief systems. Another thing is that teachers will never be able to give the kind of care and attention that parents give because of the fact that they have around 30 students to deal with. They have 30 kids to deal with. They're not going to be able to put as much time and attention and care as parents do. Probably 1 to 5 max kids that parents have. Teachers have 30, and they're not even their own kids. So imagine all of the love that parents give compared to all the attention and love that teachers give. Obviously, teachers give a lot and they care a lot, but it's just not the same as parents. Another thing that is influencing kids in that imprint period is the media. And of course, the media's one objective is to sell you things, sell you physical things, or sell you belief systems or ideologies. Even at a young age, that's how you pick up your belief systems in the world. So the media, it's really controlled by corporations, the government. It's very common knowledge, really, if you think about it. And your kids just watching this media are really getting imprinted by the media, the government, corporations, and the values the government and the corporations through the media want to instill into children. And I don't think that is the most healthy way to develop your own belief systems. Another influence on kids is their own friends, which can be a good thing, but here's the thing. The people that are influencing you also have the same amount of experience as you. In the imprint stage, you're very impressionable. You're 0 to 7 years old, and the other people that are influencing you are also 0 to 7 years old. They really have no experience. They don't have any lifelong experience. It's the same as you. If you want to have a problem solved, like Einstein said, you can't solve a problem at the same level of thinking it was created. So the same experience that your friends have might not help you that much to the same experience that you have as a kid. And just like the media programming you with all this garbage information, it's kind of like garbage in, garbage out. You're really being programmed with not great things through the media. If you are the result of your programming, obviously there are ways to change it. So do some research into how to really program yourself differently from what you could have been imprinted when you were 0 to 7 years old. And if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing for more videos similar to this on different topics as well. Thank you.